All right, exactly 9 p.m. East African time. You are just right in time for KU TV Weekend Live, coming to you from Kenyatta University Television Studios on this day, the 22nd day of June 2024. Let's bring you up to speed with the latest making headlines in the country and even beyond. First things first, the highlights tonight. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua calls on political leaders to respect wananchi and represent them appropriately. Members of the judiciary show up in large numbers for the burial of Macharia Law Court slain Magistrate Monica Kivuti in Machakos County. New social health and insurance fund to fully insure more than the 3.4 million learners in all public secondary schools across the country. Residents in Kisii County are now calling out their political leaders for inadequate infrastructure.
This is Weekend Live with Theo Macharia.
And that's in order. Remember, this broadcast is also coming to you live on our social media platforms at KUTV News Kenya on YouTube, at KUTV_Kenya on X. And our sign language interpreter for tonight is Lucy Carrier, and my name is Theo Macharia. Let's get you informed tonight with the latest. And Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua today joined family, friends and other mourners at the burial of city businessman and pioneer of Kenyan entrepreneurs Gerald Gikonyo in Kangema, Murang'a County. Gikonyo, who passed on last week at the age of 110, owned a vast business estate comprising of the famous Sabina Joy Entertainment Joint, high-rise buildings and a supply chain network. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and President William Ruto mourned him as a courageous and budding entrepreneur who beat all odds to make it in the city. Take a look.
The death of Mzee Gikonyo leaves a huge vacuum among us that will find hard to fill. To those who knew him or had the opportunity to work with him, Mzee Gikonyo will be remembered as a man of great humility, kindness, warmth, integrity, and exemplary courage. He was a diligent and hard-working man whose name was synonymous with discipline and success. Mzee Gikonyo also possessed the unique traits of exceptional virtue, consistency, and dedication. These virtues, coupled with a high sense of responsibility, propelled Mzee Gikonyo from very humble beginning to the pinnacle of success.
And Macharia Law Court slain Magistrate Monica Kivuti was today laid to rest in Machakos County in an emotional ceremony attended by family, friends and community members who were joined by Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu, Machakos County Governor and Wiper Party Kalonzo Musyoka. Mwilu condemned the shooting of Kivuti, saying life should only be taken away by God, while Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka stated that having a tent for a court is unacceptable, as the Constitution of 2010 aimed to strengthen the judiciary independence and specifically funding. Becky Athiambo continues from that point.
Speech given highlighted her contributions to the community, her dedication to family, and her unwavering spirit. Religious leaders led the service, offering prayers and words of comfort. The judiciary had termed Kivuti's murder as the greatest assault on the Kenyan criminal justice system. The father to the deceased gave an emotional speech, saying how they had talked a few minutes before she was shot. He added that he assumed she had called to know how he was doing.
Diana Muchache called, clearly in panic, and I think she was unable to tell me what she wanted to say on phone. and quickly excused herself and told me she'll call back.
Moments after he received the most shocking news, he headed to the emergency room in Nairobi Hospital, where they spoke a few minutes before she died.
I found her at the emergency room. She had just been received by the doctors. And when I called her by name, she was in extreme pain, because at that point she had not even been sedated.
Speaking during the mother's burial ceremony, Monica's daughter recounted urging her mother against attending court sessions on the fateful day.
If only I had psychic powers to tell her not to go to work that day, the next day. And I told her, don't go to work, it's your birthday, take a break. And she said, oh well, we'll celebrate the birthday on the weekend.
On the ceremony, former Vice President of Kenya, Kalonzo Musyoka, noted that having a tent for a court is unacceptable, as the Constitution 2010 was to strengthen the judiciary independence and specifically funding.
Hapa tumekuja kwa sababu ya huzuni mkubwa sana. Huzuni ambao umekumba sio familia hii, bali pia Kenya nzima na our judiciary in its totality.
The murder is considered an assault on justice, and it should be criminalized to threaten a judge and any other court staff. Becky Massey reporting for KUTV.
All right, many thanks, Becky Massey, for that comprehensive report. Let's now proceed on, where stakeholders in Garissa have expressed worry about the limited acceptance of the human papilloma virus, famously known as HPV vaccine, among women in Garissa County, a situation that they say could potentially lead to an increase in the number of cervical cancer cases in the future. As our reporter Songoro Masi narrates, misinformation on and myths on HPV vaccine by religious leaders has been termed as the main cause of the low HPV vaccine uptake. Take a look.
In Garissa County, concerns have been raised by various stakeholders regarding the low uptake of HPV vaccines among the population. According to Garissa County Non-Communicable Disease Coordinator Nurta Mohammed, only 124 people have been vaccinated.
HPV vaccine uptake is suboptimal or very low, if I may say. To give you a statistics from January up to May this year, the number of girls who are vaccinated for the first doses is around 124.
Nursa say even though there has been continuous mobilization and sensitization concerning the HPV vaccine consumption through the radio stations, still the locals don't turn up.
Literacy level is high, ignorance is contributing to this, and so the number of our women, girls coming to facility taking this vaccine is limited. There is myths and misconceptions that are surrounding this vaccine, following an alarm that was raised by our brothers, the Catholic Society, that this drug, this vaccine is having some issues related to fertility problems.
Residents of Garissa faulted the government and the Ministry of Health in Garissa County for not carrying out enough sensitization campaign for people to understand the importance of the HPV vaccine and take their children to be vaccinated.
Tunaamini ya kwamba hii ni long lasting family planning. Huyu msichana kwa kutumia cervical cancer screening ama hiyo kupatiwa hiyo vaccine ni njia moja kumuingiza hiyo family planning awe infertile the rest of.
Wengi walikataa wakisema kwamba ni njia ya kupanga uzazi kwa watoto wao, ambapo wachache walikubali lakini wengi walikataa.
Senior Assistant Chief Uba Abdul Hai highlighted that high percentage of residents listen to misinformation and myth spread to them concerning the HPV vaccine.
I'm urging our people, our community especially, the Somalis na non-Somalis ya kwamba especially women's hii sindano inasaidia, msikatae watoto wenu pelekeni hospitali, ni free.
The reported cases and deaths of cervical cancer keeps on increasing as over 5,000 cases were reported with 3,000 deaths in 2020. In 2021, the government launched the HPV vaccine, which is offered countrywide at health facilities to girls between 10 to 14 years. Songoro Masimira, KUTV.
Breast cancer has been identified as the most common form of cancer among women in Machakos County for the past 5 years, and since the Machakos Cancer Treatment Center opened, statistics indicate that it has treated over 2,873 patients of the leading form of cancer deaths in women. Dr. Daniel Yumbia, the county's executive committee member for health, has emphasized the importance of early cancer screening for residents to prevent more deaths in the near future. Take a listen.
Wananchi wa Machakos tumewahimiza waendelee na screening. Tutaweza kufanya medical camps mahali mbalimbali ili tuweze kugundua jinsi ambavyo wananchi walivyo na tuweze kutoa matibabu kwa wakati unaofaa. Hivyo basi tunatoa ushauri kwa watu wa Machakos kwenda kwa screening ya kansa. Ni mzuri mapema, kwa sababu ukipatikana mapema huo ugonjwa unaweza kutibiwa na kuisha.
Various vulnerable groups in Embu County have benefited from several empowerment initiatives amounting to about 7 million shillings, targeting women groups, people living with disabilities, and vulnerable school-going girls. The initiative is being spearheaded by the National Government Affirmative Action Funds, NGAF, under the patronage of Embu Women Representative Njoki Njeru. Emma Mwangi with the details.
People living with disabilities and vulnerable schoolgirls are among beneficiaries of the ongoing empowerment efforts in Embu County. The initiative, led by Embu Women Rep Njoki Njeru, was funded by the National Government Affirmation Action Fund.
PWD ama wale ambao wako na shida ya maumbile, wale watasaidika siku ya leo ni watu 83.
Embu County Commissioner Jack Obuo said that they have a plan to ensure that the national government supports the county government in establishing a conducive environment for traders in Embu's main market, warning the anti-finance bill protesters in the county to steer away from destruction of property and the environment.
Na tumefanya mapping, wale watu wanataka kuharibu biashara, ile mazingira ya biashara hapa Embu, utapata nafasi. Tumejua the ringleaders, wale wanahujumu ile mazingira ya biashara katika Embu market.
Njoki Njeru, who was accompanied by Embu Deputy Governor King Wamugo, distributed various equipments and various resources that include cooking equipment to the Good Samaritans who feed the vulnerable.
Na kama napatiwa 9 million na mchumbe katika constituency, unakuta allocation yake ni kitu kama 150, wengine hata 170, 180. Then hapo hakuna haki. Kwa hivyo maombi yangu, na pia tunajilazima tusukume serikali iangalie sana maneno ya ngafu, wapatiwe pesa za kutosha.
Nimekuwa nikizunguka katika shule ambazo wanasisomea wao wenyewe na nikiwaongelesha motivation speaking, na pia kuwapatia motisha ya kwamba vile walianguka mara ya kwanza wakapata watoto wasijilaumu na pia wasikate tamaa.
Deputy Director of Education for Teen Mothers in Embu County, Kipruto Koskei, has promised the distribution of sanitary towels in sub-counties of Embu County to all students from class 6 to 8 in that county. He further praised the county women rep for gathering the young mothers and back them to school.
We have agreed that we are going to do the distribution next week, after next week, and all the girls, wasichana wetu ambao wako katika wanasoma katika county yetu watapata sanitary pads.
And also clarified that he has started a campaign to make sure girls don't fail school while also raising a boy. Emma Mwangi, KUTV.
And the new Social Health and Insurance Fund has been termed as an all-inclusive healthcare platform for all Kenyans. And according to the Principal Secretary for State Department Public Health and Professional Standards, Mary Muthoni, the new insurance cover will fully insure more than the 3.4 million learners in public secondary schools across the country. PS Muthoni further insisted the need for Kirinyaga residents to register their households under the new health insurance scheme scheduled to replace NHIF beginning this coming July.
The Principal Secretary for State Department for Public Health, Mary Muthoni, has urged parents to register their households under the new Social Health Insurance Fund, commonly known as SHIFT. While speaking at St. Bakita Kiburia Girls in Kirinyaga County during the prize-giving day, Muthoni assured parents that the program will ensure no child or adult will be denied healthcare services due to lack of funds. She added that the primary healthcare fund under the new scheme will also cover learners.
There is not a single day that we want the children to be sent home because they do not have money to be taken to hospital.
As learners have been enjoying an insurance cover through the Edu Afia, an agreement by the Ministry of Education and the National Hospital Insurance Fund. In May 2018, following a directive from the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, Mary has assured parents that SHIFT will cover the insurance as well as it will be accessible, available, and affordable to all Kenyans.
So the insurance scheme that used to be there for the school-going children is going to be covered in the social health insurance.
Mary has also confirmed that the government is committed in providing quality education and has called on all stakeholders and partners, including church and banking sectors, to provide all support they can to facilitate the program. Ndongo Pauline, KUTV.
All right, that story by Ndongo Pauline brings us to 16 minutes past the top of the hour. We are taking our very fast short commercial break right here on KUTV Weekend Live. Don't go too far. Keep the conversation going on our social media platforms. YouTube at KUTV News Kenya, X at KUTV_Kenya. See you on the other side of the break.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Repossessing your property, intellectual or material.
This and more only on Law Matters.
You are watching Weekend Live with Theo Macharia.
All right, welcome back and let's keep the broadcast going. The Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital, KUTTRH, and Mount Kenya University have forged a partnership aimed at fostering collaboration in medical research and community health initiatives. The Memorandum of Understanding underscores their commitment to collaborative efforts for mutual benefit in healthcare and education. Brian Ouma with the details tonight.
In a colorful ceremony led by the Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital CEO Ahmed Dagani and a delegation from the Mount Kenya University led by the Vice Chancellor Professor Deogratius Jagani, the Memorandum of Understanding was officially launched as a partnership renewable for every 3 years with the aim of contributing to the well-being of the community as well as advancing healthcare services, particularly focusing on areas such as cancer research and medical innovations. Currently, with an access allowed to medical students from Mount Kenya University, 42 medical students have already been placed in clinical attachments, providing these students with hands-on experience in a level 6 referral hospital setting, utilizing advanced facilities for training purposes. The collaboration also seeks to promote innovation and support sustainable development goals. This encompasses initiatives aimed at fostering medical innovations through an incubation hub at KUTRH and leveraging the partnership for broader societal impact. Dr. Isaiah Muridhi also highlighted the potential for significant advancement in cancer research and related medical solutions. Overall, the MOU partnership signifies a proactive approach towards leveraging local expertise and infrastructure to address healthcare challenges and foster educational excellence in Kenya. Brian Ouma, KUTV.
Residents in Kisii County are now calling out their political leaders for inadequate infrastructure, specifically the absence of road networks, footbridges, and electrical connectivity in their county. This and other stories prepared by Joelina Kware in our county wrap.
Residents across Marani sub-county in Kisii County have raised concerns about inadequate infrastructure in their area, noting the numerous hardships they face owing to the absence of a proper road network, footbridges, poor communication and reliable electricity. They have called upon the area political leadership to listen to their cries.
Hii parapara haki tunasumbuka. Wapi MCA ombaji haki? Watu wa kijiji mnasikia? Ombaji waje atusaidie. Hii daraja haki tunateseka hata kupita. Hata watoto wanaanguka ndani ya maji haki. Nani atatusaidia?
In Embu County, University of Embu researchers have pointed out that lack of cooperation between parents and teachers hinders the effectiveness of the competency-based curriculum CBC that encourages sustainable early learning foundations.
What parents need when they're enrolling their children in PP1 is structured empowerment program. Structured. Not one day, not information sharing, not a meeting. They require to be supported.
In Malindi, the national government has reaffirmed its commitment to utilize power transmission lines for nationwide high-speed internet distribution. Having engaged the Kenya Power and Lighting Company KPLC in extending connectivity nationwide. The Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo outlined plans to provide internet access across the country to facilitate online business operations for traders.
Kwa hivyo kama serikali kuu tuko na mpango ya kuungana na hawa wabunge kutoka kila pembe ya nchi yetu ili tuweke digital hub katika kila ward mali iko MCA.
And finally, in Kiambu County, a section of residents have expressed disappointment in their leaders for voting in support of the finance bill, saying it was wrong for their leaders not to listen to the voices of the electorate. They called on the government to first pause on the third reading and conduct public participation on the clauses to remove it from the bill.
Pande yangu ningeomba kama ni ile serikali kuu
waweze kuketi chini na hawa waandamanaji ili zile vipengee zinapoleta shida waweze kuongea na watu na waweze kufanya tuwe na ile tunaita win-win solution ili nchi yetu iweze kuendelea mbele.
Joylin Akware, KUTV.
And on the international radar tonight, children at a displacement camp in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo are learning chess in an initiative aimed at relieving stress and encouraging peace amid an infernal cycle of violence. David Doyle of Reuters has more.
Children at this refugee camp in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have known little but war. However, the battlefield of a chessboard is helping provide them with some peace of mind. Once a week, players from a club in the nearby city of Goma come and teach. Chess in the City founder, Akili Bashige says growing up in the camps means young minds are shaped by conflict.
We want to break this infernal cycle, firstly by occupying their minds, because chess eliminates stress. It manages stress. It gives people the opportunity to find peaceful solutions to problems. So that's why we're much more interested in them, so that chess can bring peace, and so that they can rediscover themselves, rediscover logic.
Congo's east has been ravaged by violence for decades, with armed groups fighting over national identity, ethnicity, and resources. 2 years of clashes between the army and rebels from the M23 group have sent hundreds of thousands fleeing their homes for sanctuaries like this one, the Focus Congo camp in Kabati. Claude Bwenge, director of the association that runs the camp, said the daily lives of children have been transformed by the chess program.
These children were scattered. They were playing dangerous games. But since we started this activity here, you can see for yourself how very, very concentrated they are.
Luenda says the ultimate aim is to train young players to take part in major tournaments. Those who go to compete internationally, he says, will discover a peace outside the violence we are experiencing. And he hopes they can return to their communities as peacemakers.
All right, and that story from DRC Congo takes us to our second short commercial breather right here on KUTV Weekend Live. Coming on the other side, our sports stories. Keep it KUTV, don't go too far.
Kaunti maarufu kwa kuzalisha maziwa na ukuzaji wa majani chai. Pia, serikali ya kaunti inawahimiza wakulima kukumbatia mitindo mingine ya kilimo kuzidisha mapato.
Kama kuna kikundi moja inafanya biashara ya kuuza kuku, hao pia tumewafadhili kuwafunza jinsi ya kuhandle zile kuku kwa sababu wanaleta kwa wingi.
Haya yote tunakuletea katika Boresha Kilimo, toleo la kaunti ya Bomet.
Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa.
Where we ask the coolest questions in science. Let's go! Is yogurt really just rotten milk? Why do humans need sharks to survive? How did a 12-year-old boy from Africa invent modern vanilla farming? How do you deliver medicine to a chimpanzee? Can poop be useful? How can you save the planet by reducing air pollution? To help us answer these questions, we are inviting some wonderful guests from the world of science. They will enlighten you, make you hungry for knowledge, oxygenate your brain, and make your ideas flow. This is Engine Season 3. Let's go!
wa jamii. Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo. Ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake nami Caroline Kimweli.
Alright, welcome back to KUTV Weekend Live, and let's get sporty. Shabana FC will be taking on Macharia Seals in their final match of the season this Sunday as they fight for their league survival. The Torebobe boys, who are currently 15th on the league standings, will need a win against 13th placed Macharia Seals to prevent their closest challengers in the relegation battle, Sofapaka, from overtaking them to safety, as only 2 points separate them. Shabana coach Samuel Molo Pamzo is adamant his team will survive, betting on the good momentum they have had after beating AFC Leopards 4-3 and thrashing Bidco United 3-0 in their recent matches. Georgia played to a 1-1 draw against Czech Republic in this afternoon's Group F encounter. The result leaves Georgia at the bottom of Group F, tying in points with third-placed Czech Republic. Leaders of the Group Turkey will be taking on second-placed Portugal at 7 p.m. as Belgium battles it out with Romania at 10 p.m. Netherlands and France played out to a goalless draw last night in a fierce Group D encounter at the Red Bull Arena in Leipzig, Germany. The draw leaves the Netherlands at the top of Group D, tying on 4 points with France, who sits second behind on goal difference. Alright, and that game by Portugal and Turkey has just concluded, with Portugal scoring 3 and Turkey getting out with a 0. Many thanks for tuning in tonight to this broadcast, to all the production crew that has made this bulletin a whole success. Many thanks. See you next Saturday, same time, same place. And to you, our dear viewer, remember 90% of how you look is determined by what you say. So always purpose to be kind. Our sign language interpreter for tonight has been Lucy Kiarie, and my name is Theo Macharia. See you next Saturday, same time, same place. And also many thanks for watching the broadcast tonight. See you next Saturday.